morning everyone, and welcome to my kitchen. Today we are going to be making a lot of food. We are cleaning out the refrigerator and I'm making meal preps for the week. I'm going to speed up this film at times because it will be a couple hours for me being in here. The first thing that we are going to be making is stovetop easy chicken bake. And because I'm cleaning out my refrigerator, I have a handful of spinach. I'm going to put the spinach in with it too. I think that will be fine to use that, and it'll give it a little more nutrients. So all we have to do is, in the crock pot, put a layer of chicken. We're going to add our cream soups. I do have a little bit of home canned cheese yet. I am going to use this because my family loves it, and I have this one left. And then we are going to put the stovetop stuffing on top. I need to get the crock pot meal started, and then we are going to be making Amish, and that is macaroni salad. And then we are going to be making some pasta salad. And then I have a pack of these rolls that I used for a previous video on making monkey bread. And I have a few of these rolls left. So I'm just cleaning out that refrigerator and freezer. That way I know what I need for this week at the grocery store. So let's go ahead and mix up the easy. And this is the stovetop stuffing, and it's for in the crock pot. So I'm just using up the chicken that I already have. And then I'm just going to layer the spinach next. Pretty much the spinach will go to nothing, but it will give a little bit of flavor. I am also going to add home canned green beans to it. It does not call for green beans, but I thought that would add a little flavoring as well instead of just plain chicken. I will share with you the recipe in the description box, but I want you to know I do not follow the recipe. So many people see the recipe and they see what I'm making and they say it's not the same. It's not the same. I don't make the same as the original recipe. But the original recipe will give you an idea of how to make it. And now what we're going to do is we're just going to add our cream soups. And because I'm just about out of shredded cheese, I am going to use the canned cheese for this project, or this meal. The canned cheese I canned with some salsa in it. That's why you see a little bit of red on top. Absolutely amazing. And it's the last one I had. I'm just going to mix this all together, and then we're going to put it on the top. This will take a couple hours because the chicken is raw. I do not add any salt because there's a lot of salt in the cream soups. This is a meal that I have made for many, many years. Sometimes I'll put broccoli in, sometimes it's potatoes, sometimes it's carrots. It all depends on what I have. In some recipes, you will find that it says to make the stuffing ahead of time. The recipe that I have used now since the 1980s just calls for stuffing to go on top. It cuts out a lot of the steps and you just sprinkle it on top. Now, some recipes you can sprinkle it on the bottom of your crock pot and then again on the top. It all depends on how you like it. It gives it like a bread coating on the top, similar to what like cornflakes would do on the old-fashioned recipes of casseroles. So I am just putting it on top and it works out amazing. Here's a little trick that I like to do. I take the crock pot lid, put it upside down, put my cookie sheet on top of it, and now I'll use that to rise the bread. So we only have a couple of these. We're just going to use them up. And now that will help rise the bread dough. All right, that's done. Put that to the side. And now we'll get working on our other projects. I'm going to be making some of my Chick-fil-A, and that is the chicken dip. I am going to be making some of that. That is for dipping chicken in, which is amazing. I'm going to be doing that, and we're going to work on the Amish macaroni salad and the pasta salad. I'm going to go ahead and boil the water and then get the noodles cooking, and then we'll be right back. Do you love the old-fashioned cooking with recipes that are so easy to make? Well, check out my playlist in the description box. Also, all the recipes that you have seen today's video will be in the description box below. Click on it. There's so much information there. All right, let's get back to the video. So I'm going to show you the refrigerator before and after so you can see how I work through all of the food. Like this is just little bits of food that I had. And so what we're going to do is we're going to cut this up. This is going to go in the pasta salad. One thing nice about pasta salad is you can put just a little bit of everything in it. To mix up the pasta salad, all that I do is use some of the Italian salad dressing, and then I just add little bits of food that I have. I have some tomatoes, some pepperonis, and now I'm just adding a little bit of some flavoring, and we're just going to put it into our containers. Add a little bit of Italian seasoning to it, and now we're finished. Oh, I did add some Parmesan. Now we're going to go ahead and look at this refrigerator. It's absolutely awful. So we're going to go ahead and clean out the refrigerator and see what we have left that we need to make for the week. We don't want to waste anything. Working on the Amish macaroni salad. Calls for celery. I have my canned celery that I'm going to use because I don't have any fresh. So I'm going to cut up the carrots and the celery, and then we'll put it in here. I already have everything else put together, so let's just mix this up. It's such a great feeling to go in your refrigerator, clean it out, make the food, and put the food back in the refrigerator that is already cooked for the week. Now this will be our main meals for the week. Now we will eat a lot of leftovers. So my husband and I, we love leftovers. So as you can see, I am just organizing everything. Then I have a nice place for all of my fresh new meals that I made. All right, right into the Chick-fil-A sauce. It's so simple and easy. It only takes about 5 minutes to put it together. You can have this on salads. My daughter uses it for salad dressing. You can use this for dip for chicken. You can use this for just so many things. It's really, really delicious. Oh, now I'm cutting up 2 of sausage links that I had, and I'm just cutting up little bits of vegetables. Actually, that's in my garden yet. Yeah, I can't imagine. It's just crazy, the weather that we've had. But we haven't had a hard frost yet. So now for meal number 2, main hot meal. I had some rice and I also had some leftover chili. Instead of just having it chili, we decided to make it into wraps. So I'm making a whole bunch of wraps to put in the freezer. I gave some to our children, and I also gave some to my husband and I, and we enjoyed it. So what we're doing is I'm just putting it all together and making this into wraps, and then I'm going to be freezing it. The reason why I love having some freezer foods is because when I'm not feeling quite well or something is busy or happening in my life, it is really nice to have these meals for my husband. I've been a homemaker my whole entire life, and so before I started YouTube, I had no jobs. I had nothing extra to do other than just overseeing my household. Well, since I've become very busy with other things at home, mealtime can be very stressful at times for me because if I have a really busy day. So it's really nice to have the meals made ahead for days that are just so hectic. So we're going to go ahead and finish wrapping these up. So we each have 1 large wrap that I cut in 2. We didn't eat all of it. It was so much more food than what I thought. And we are just going to be putting some butter on these rolls. And then I'm going to package these rolls. We don't want to eat the rolls with the wraps. It's just too much food. So I just put the lid on them, and then we're going to have them later on with the crock pot meal. So I'm just putting the butter on them, and they turned out really good. And now I can say that's done. So in all, I spent about 6 hours in the kitchen. Of course, this was really edited, but I was really glad to get it done, and I was done with major cooking for the whole week. And now the kitchen is cleaned up once again. And it's a really good feeling, but I'm going to be spending the rest of the day after my chores are done. I'm going to be spending it relaxing just a little bit. And usually what I like to do afterwards on a big cooking session is I will wash all of my tea towels. Yes, I use a lot of them in my videos, and when I do cooking, I like having fresh tea towels no matter what I do. So I just washed everything up, and I'm going to hang them up. Wow, after spending most of the day in the kitchen's cleaned up, the tea towels are hanging on the line, and I am exhausted. I made enough of food now to last me probably the rest of the week, and I'm really glad it's done. Everything's cleaned up, and now I'm gonna take a little bit of a break. I have all of these old carrots, so I cleaned the carrots. I'm gonna take them down into the garden so the deer can eat them. The deer love carrots, and so I'll just take them down there. I could compost them, but I'm gonna give them to the wildlife. You know, we got the squirrels, we got chipmunks, we got deer, we have had a fox. I don't know where the fox is right now, but we have a lot of wildlife. And so I've been somewhat being a mama hen and feeding all of the wildlife. Take care, everyone, and we'll see you guys again on the next one.